It's another day working on the abandoned 1956 Tri-5 Chevy. Nothing's changed from when we cut the trunk floor out. I didn't do any work without yet. We need to prep the trunk for the new trunk floor and some other cool things I'll tell you about in a second. I did find a new trunk floor from a guy that's got one in storage, but it's in the very back, he says, and it's been raining, so he can't get to it. But the show must go on. We're working on this car every single Friday until it hits the streets. I swear this thing is not gonna get buried under Christmas boxes. So we gotta drill out about 10.47 million thousand spot welds that hold what's left of the trunk floor to the inner quarters, which we've got all this here. And then on that side, we gotta get all that out. I'm hoping we find treasure when we rip all this stuff out. Anything small over the years that was in the trunk could have slid down in there. We could get this gas tank out of here this time before we start throwing sparks, but I like the adrenaline rush. I don't wear seatbelts either. All right, I made a guess, 1/2 inch, 9/16 and 3/8 to get this out of here. Do I have to climb back out again? Nope, got it. All right, I only had to crawl in and out once. Forgot to spray lube on the nut on the filler neck bracket, so hopefully we're not fighting with that one for 4,000 hours. And I should have been a little bit more careful here. All right, looks like we're not gonna have too much trouble at all with this. Well, the thing just went flying. She's being stubborn as a mule, so I guess while she's soaking, we'll tackle these spot welds. So in a walnut shell, this piece, the trunk floor, is attached to this piece with spot welds, which are where every little dimple is. We gotta drill those out all the way around the entire trunk. We'll start the assault from the passenger side. And what is that doing here? That's mine. How the heck did this get here? We're going to hit those guys with an 1/8 inch drill bit first and then step up to a larger one. And imagine that. So you can see what it looks like when we start with an 1/8 inch drill bit and then we move up to a larger size. I'm using a 5/16. And a guy might want to cut back on the dues a little bit when he's doing this. We're just here for the spot welds, fellers. We don't want to drill holes all the way through this. We want to leave as much material as possible to weld our new trunk floor to. Your friend Freeman here's got a long, tedious task ahead, so you want to kick back and enjoy a short time lapse and a royalty-free track? I don't know. Maybe you're a little bit rock and roll and your sister's a little bit country. I don't know. We just need to get through the next 19 to 20 seconds. I've never met a bolt I couldn't tame. Just turn to my left to start on all this stuff and check out what I spotted. It's a fishing lure. Some kind of spinner. Told you there could be something in here. Oh, that's crusty. Is that actually a leech on here? I was just gonna bet you that we could catch something with it, and it just kind of fell into pieces. I wonder what else could be in here. Not really sure how to get this piece out of here. I've never done a Tri-5 before, so I'm not 100% sure, but I guess we'll just figure it out. Oh, I didn't notice that that was rotted all the way through there. It is on this side too. I wonder if that comes with the new trunk floor. Started chipping away at it, and like most things, once you just dip your toes in, you find out that it's not that bad and you'll figure it out. Not a big deal. Looks like we're gonna get some free hardware out of here. I'm gonna take a look in the catalog and double check if this C-channel piece comes with the new trunk floors or not. I gotta take a break right now anyways. My kid phoned me. So I gotta go tend to those needs, and I'll be back in the garage. Our fatherly duties are done. Everything went swimmingly. Back to our Friday night in the garage. Okay, so all we got left of the trunk floor to take out is this C-channel looking piece, which is a brace. And then the actual trunk floor itself, which obviously was this area here, and it goes over the top of the brace. Ow! Funny bone. Hashtag funny bone. What I'm trying to say is, there's the brace left, and then some of the actual trunk floor going deep down in here, and it's all spot welded to this tail pan. We're in a confined space here, boys, and I'm not sure how to get this out without obliterating the tail pan. But you know what I always say, when in doubt, cut it out. You've never heard me say that before. All right, so this is awesome. All we got left is the body mount on the passenger side and the driver's side, and then it's connected by this just thin little strip of the floor that's spot welded to the tail pan. And of course, we still got this big honking section that goes right above the rear axle. But we're not cutting that stuff out yet, because that trunk floor we might be getting, that might not ever happen. The thing is, the guy's in his 90s, he's waiting for the weather to clear up and things to dry so that he can get into his building. And he's got to feel up to it. When I talked to him, he was saying something about a bad hip and sitting in the bathtub every morning just so that he can go do something. And of course, it goes without saying, I would do all the labor for him, even if it turned into, hey, since you're here, would you mind moving this piano over there and pushing these dumbbells over there, and so I can get back to my pile of clawfoot tubs. It would be worth it. We'd get a good deal on the pan, and we'd help somebody. I hope some young buck comes out to my barn and helps me move my clawfoot tubs around when I'm in my 90s. He probably doesn't want people rooting around in this stuff anyways, and of course, you can't push a guy. If he calls us and says he's ready to do it, then we're doing it. But I just got one of these feelings that if this is gonna take place, it might not be very soon. Whether we end up getting the trunk floor from him or it falls through and we end up ordering one, it's gonna be a while. So I'm thinking it would be smart to leave this section in and the support of the body mounts, so that way the back end of this car doesn't end up hanging for weeks, potentially sagging. I know we can do all kinds of bracing back here, but I think it's best just to leave it alone until we have the actual floor here. Or does it even matter, since the car's got the tail pan, full floors, and rockers in it? I don't know. Put your thoughts in the comments and I'll read them, and we'll be back on this car next Friday. Next, watch the video where we first got her home. Or check out the 62 Rambler with the push-button automatic and the airliner recliner seats that was abandoned for 47 years. Or check out the 67 C10 barn find stepside 250 straight 6 1-barrel Rochester B. The top of the brace.